Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it's my pleasure to speak to you all today. I'm also delighted to welcome you to London, the home of global fintech, and especially to the City of London, or the Square Mile as we call it, which we find ourselves just outside of today. I am pleased you have chosen to make this event, the 4th annual London Fintech Week, such a success. As an alderman and this year also as sheriff of the city, I represent the City of London Corporation. And as some of you will know, the corporation is responsible for sustaining the city's vital role as the international hub for the UK-based financial and related professional services industry, firmly establishing London as a world-class and preeminent global financial centre, combining the twin clusters and depth and experience in both technological and financial services expertise. Having worked in finance for most of my career, and also having travelled overseas this year with the current Lord Mayor of the City of London, Dr. Andrew Parmley, I know firsthand that there are many hubs around the world that have the potential to lead in either financial services or tech, respectively. However, I firmly believe that there is nowhere else comparable to London where the tech and the fin so expertly combine to deliver a unique package for our businesses and benefits for all our communities. Plus, there is also the added advantage of living in such a culturally vibrant and exciting city. We believe fintech is an integral process for our industry, a technological evolution across all of financial services, and yet another chapter in the innovation that our city is famous for, which began hundreds of years ago and continues at pace today. For example, I know you have spent today discussing the latest developments in blockchain and AI technology and the potential challenges to ensuring its implementation across your businesses and our industry. These discussions are hugely important as they further cement London's comparative advantage as a location for both finance and technological innovation. They also support London as a place where businesses can gain access to international markets, finance, professional services, and policymakers. And I believe fintech has prospered owing to the strength of London as such a positive cluster of activity. We at the City of London also believe the value of fintech is in how it not only underpins our financial services, but also how it is evolving in support of our economy and society at large, connecting with potential consumers and those disenfranchised from our economy, thus underscoring a fairer, more transparent and inclusive economy for the 21st century. Here in the UK, we are taking significant strides to lead on these themes, advances which will not only benefit our economy, but also benefit the economies of our global trading partners. And yes, that includes our European friends and allies too. On that latter point, it would be fair to acknowledge that some of you may be feeling less confident than perhaps you did a year ago. And with Brexit looming, that's understandable. It seems not a month goes by when the challenges to our economy seem to increase, stemming perhaps from a greater sense of unease across the globe. However, let me reassure you of what hasn't changed in the last 12 months and what won't change. London remains a global hub for financial and professional services, with recognized strength in depth for our finance and tech expertise. The UK's comparative advantage as a centre of competitiveness and innovative thinking in support of our regulatory infrastructure has set an internationally recognized gold standard for fintech, which will take many years to replicate elsewhere. The city remains a gateway for access to finance and capital, leading the way in support of new kinds of digital businesses, seeking to fund further innovation in products as diverse as blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, and robotics. And let me remind you of a few of the facts in relation to the UK's world-beating position in both finance and technology. The UK's financial services sector, within which fintech businesses play an increasing contribution, is a huge contributor to the public purse, raising £71.4 billion in total tax contribution in 2016, and is an internationally recognised global leader and an employer of more than 2 million people across the UK. The technology sector alone has attracted a workforce of around 1.56 million people. In the year to September 2016, it was estimated that businesses identified as in the fintech market were valued at over £20 billion, generating £6.6 billion in revenue. In the UK alone, this accounted for over 61,000 jobs across the country, over 44,000 of those in London itself, which in fintech terms is more than either New York City or California. Many of you will know this, of course, but rather than rest on our laurels, we believe the financial services industry cannot make assumptions that such positive success will continue. The City of London Corporation clearly understands, after an existence of 800 years, you don't succeed merely by standing still. Success must lie in continued evolution and change. Our financial services industry needs to embrace both the challenge of tech and the opportunities in collaborating with new companies and embrace fresh thinking. As I found when traveling with the Lord Mayor, particularly in markets such as China, the UK's stock stands extremely high overseas. And I have little doubt that our resourcefulness in innovative products and their application will help us to continue to be an important global player going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, the City of London is committed to meeting this need in every way we can. We are committed to ensuring that fintech receives the support it deserves, whether it is through our work with the UK government, the EU institutions, or other governments and international bodies overseas, or with those member organisations based here in the UK, or with the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, or London and Partners, or through our direct support for organisations such as the City UK and Innovate Finance, we will address the rising challenges to see the job done. On that note, may I offer my congratulations to all involved this week, both organisers and you, the participants, and may I wish you all the best in your businesses, and thank you for coming.